It is mailbag time here on Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham. Load up your questions on the channel right now by using hashtag Bears or Super Chat. If you Super Chat, it's a guarantee to get your questions on the show. From Ethan Eli, what is the immediate takeaway with this win? That the Panthers are a worse team than you are. I mean, I'm being serious. Look, you deserve credit for closing it out. The Bears gave up a 1st and 30, up 16-10 on 4-play sequence there. I thought the Panthers were going to go take a 17-16 lead, but held them to 3 there and were able to hold them late. So deserve credit for getting that done. I don't think Carolina's good at all. This doesn't talk me into thinking the Bears are a good team, but you should have won this game. You did win this game. I don't know what it means beyond that. Give Tyson Bagent credit. He went 2-2 as a starter. Hopefully Fields comes back next week. The Sky Warrior with the $2 super chat. For real, keep Fields. Big mistake to let him go. Let's go. Obviously talking about the future. Do you draft a quarterback? Do you not? Well, heading into this weekend of games, the Bears have the number 1 pick and the number 5 pick. Now, if Arizona loses, they've played an extra game because Carolina had their bye week, so Arizona would go back to 1, Carolina 2. But eventually the Cardinals' bye week will get here, and Kyler Murray's coming back. I think the Cardinals are going to run into a couple of wins here, so we'll see how the draft side of it plays out. But, yeah, I'm not out on the Fields experiment yet. I've just made the point that if I'm guessing what Ryan Poles will do, picking top 2, I think he would draft a quarterback, but see how it plays out. Still got a couple of months here. Zach Wilczynski with the 10. Bagent did well for a backup. He just doesn't have that X factor. You think Justin can add to what we saw from Bagent, or you think he'll struggle when he comes back? It's hard to say. I mean, they're total opposites. Bagent's better at the quick game, but that only gets you so far, and you see guys sit on routes, which is why Bagent throws some picks. Fields is one of the best in the league at throwing the ball vertically downfield. I mean, he's the highest graded deep ball thrower per Pro Football Focus this year, but he struggles with the quick game. So if you could add that part of it, that would be nice. But we'll see what it looks like when he gets back. He hasn't played in a month. There's probably going to be a little rust, and we'll see how that hand holds up as well. Obviously, dislocating your throwing thumb, I'm sure even if it's fully healed, there's going to be some weird feeling there as he plays in a game. But I do expect him to be back. I'd be shocked if he was not back. Are you ready for Justin Fields to come back and play? I know I am. I appreciate and enjoyed Tyson Bagent to a certain extent, but I think he's clearly the backup here. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Let us know if you're ready for Justin Fields to come back. Evan Shipman with the super chat. Appreciate it. Draft Marvin Harrison Jr. with pick 1 so we can get Shador next year. Here's the game you're playing. If you don't draft the QB this year, there's no guarantee if Fields doesn't work out that you're in position to draft one next year. So that's the balance Ryan Poles has got to play. If he doesn't want to draft one this year, I mean, you either A, really think that Justin Fields is going to be that guy by adding more to this team, or B, I think you have to trade down again from 1 of your 2 picks, get an extra first for next year to have ammunition to move up if you need to. I think that's the balance you got to go with if you're Ryan Poles. J2X, we didn't allow a sack or an offensive touchdown. We also didn't turn the ball over. Where do we go from here? I mean, look, it was a safe game plan. Bagent got away with a couple of throws, but that's a positive to not turn it over. Didn't give up a sack. I thought the protection was good. It helps when you don't have to play Brian Burns. As far as where you go from here, it's hard to say. I mean, Detroit on the road will be a good test. I don't expect them to win that game, but I've said it all year with these games against superior opponents. Get to the fourth quarter with the chance. Get to the fourth quarter with the chance. You didn't do that against Green Bay, and they end up stinking, by the way. You did do that against Tampa, kinda. Didn't do it against the Chiefs. Should have beat Denver. You blew that game. Obviously, you beat Washington. You beat Vegas. You beat Carolina, but they're not good teams. Saints, you had a chance in the fourth quarter. Minnesota, you had a chance-ish. Once Fields got hurt, Bagent, you had a chance with him. But, yeah, I mean, give me a chance in the fourth at Detroit. I mean, if you can do that after 10 days off, I mean, that would be a nice showing, I would say. Detroit's a really, really good team right now. Today's mailbag is sponsored by Game Time. Buying tickets has never been easier, whether you're going to a sporting event like a Bears game, a concert, like when I went to Post Malone and bought tickets the day of with Game Time with no problem, or to any other event. It shouldn't be frustrating. It should be easy. It should be painless. And trust me, from experience, it very much is. What's cool about Game Time is when you're searching for your events and scouring through different ticket prices, A, you can see what the prices are, and B, you can see the exact vantage points in the stadium or the venue of where your seat will be, which is very nice because sometimes you blindly buy tickets like from a friend or whatever, and you get there and you're like, oh, I don't like this seat. I don't like this vantage point. Well, with Game Time, you can tell exactly where you are regardless of the seat in the stadium. Create an account today, download the Game Time app, and then create the account, and then use our promo code BEARSCHAT, all one word, BEARSCHAT. That's going to get you $20 off. Download the Game Time app. You'll see the big white G with the black background in your app store. You can't miss it when you search Game Time. $20 off once you create your account when you plug in promo code BearsChat. Start attending events today. Last-minute deals for the best price guaranteed with Game Time. Brendan Houlihan with the $2 Super Chat. Undrafted Division II rookie greater than the number one pick. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I don't even know if he outplayed Young tonight, to be honest. They both averaged 4.9 yards per attempt. I would say they played pretty equal, and Young he's got nothing to work with, man. It's tough. But, yeah, I will say this. Early on, it's looking like Carolina chose the wrong quarterback. C.J. Stroud's been playing much better. Deputy Newman, Harrison. How about Bears fans chanting, "Fire Getsy"? What are your thoughts? I missed that because we're in watch party mode, but that's interesting. I don't know what to make of that. It seems like a weird game to do that. I'm definitely not a Getsy guy, and I don't think the offense was great against Carolina, but there's been way bigger opportunities to pull that. Now, I will say this. As far as the coaching goes for me, I'm still very much in the camp of I don't believe in this coaching staff. I think you should clean house after this year. But winning that game obviously means they're not going to do it right now. JMJ on top. I think we keep Braxton, get either Maye or Williams, and pair him with Marvin Harrison. Very possible. Braxton got beat the one time against Carolina, but and Bagent did a Houdini act to get out of there, by the way. Otherwise, I thought he was solid. He's solid. He's not all-pro material. Like, he doesn't have that type of potential, but he's solid. So it gives you flexibility. If you fall in love with Olu or Joe Alt and think that could be a Pro Bowl, all-pro type of guy, you can take him. Otherwise, you can go Braxton for now and go different positions. DC Viper with Herbert and a few others coming off IR. Is it likely Velus and maybe Whitehair get cut? I don't think Whitehair is a midseason cut. I think he gets cut at the start of the league year next year, but because he has one more year on his deal. Velus is possible, though. I really do. I mean, if Herbert, the two of the three have already come on, so Herbert's the only one. I think with Herbert coming back, now what's probably more likely is someone like Darrington Evans because he would be your fourth running back behind Herbert, Roschon, and Deontay Foreman. You probably don't need Evans at that point, but cutting Velus is very much on the table, I think. It's been a rough go for him. Let's go Bears! Type CHI if you are a die-hard Bears fan. Get it spammed in the chat if you're fired up about the Chicago Bears. Kelly Hawkins, realistically, what would it take to keep Justin after the season? I mean, nothing. He's under contract. But if you're saying in terms of like what does he have to do to not get moved, I don't know. If you're telling me the Bears have a top 2 pick, he probably has to play pretty special the rest of the way. I mean, you got 7 games left. Go win 5 of them. Play really well. That might be convincing enough. If it's up and down like it has been and you have a top 2 pick, probably drafting a quarterback. That's just me guessing, but that's the feeling I get. The Sky Warrior, be honest, can Fields win a Super Bowl here? We're a long way from that, man. I mean, can we flirt with a playoff spot? I mean, you haven't even flirted with the playoff spot since 2020. 6-11 in 21. Nagy and Pace got fired. 3-14 in year one of Getsy or at Flus Getsy polls. 3-7 so far this year. I mean, you're a long way. I mean, you're so far away from thinking Super Bowl. It's not even funny. Tron Travolta, apart from the last third down, what do you think about coaching? I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't even love the last third down. I know it worked, but, I mean, I think a lot of teams with high-level starters would have run that ball. Now, listen, when it works, you get praise, all that stuff. I get all that, and I'm not going to rip Getsy for it, but imagine if that ball goes incomplete and you save Carolina 40 seconds, because remember, they were out of timeouts, and they drive down and get a field goal, or dare I say one in regulation. I mean, that's borderline fireable if that happens. So, gutsy, it worked out. I can't believe they did it. Beyond that play, I mean, it's not necessarily coaching fault, but you can't give up an 80-yard punt return touchdown. You can't, I'll tell you this, you cannot let Bryce Young erase a 1st and 30. That's unacceptable. Now, you held them to a field goal there, which is big, but that could have been catastrophic if they got 7 there. All right, hit me up on social media. It's at HGramNFL on Instagram. Same handle on Twitter, at HGramNFL. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and loading up your questions on this mailbag. It is at HGramNFL if you want to hit me up.